only men's athletics. Now we, this year, decided, because the students wanted it, and came to me and said, please, 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 we want sports. I said, okay, and so we do. And we have the return of men's athletics, and for the first time in the university's history, the arrival of women's athletics on the campus. Hey, all right, I thought you'd like that. And, just so you know, our home field until we build our new field house, which will be downtown, right across from the Auditorium Theater. Until we do that, we're playing at a place called IIT. All right, ever heard of that? Okay. And everybody know this. We have our opening doubleheader home series a week from Saturday, on Saturday, November the 6th. We don't charge admission. We want big crowds there. We're going to have a big, big celebration. The women are going to win first, and the men are going to try to keep up with them. All right, so there you have it. On the field house on that campus, it's get off, if you come in on the green line, go out on the green line, get off at IIT, walk a block, there's their stadium. We'll all be there for the lads and the lasses and root them on in beginning the Roosevelt Lakers series. But they need a motto. That old stiff R won't work for sports. Sports are dynamic, they're moving, and so we did this. We created this motto for athletics. So if you see people wearing this, all right, then they're one of two things. They're either an athlete or they're the president pretending he's an athlete, okay? Yes, ma'am. The game, the tip-off for the women's game, I'm sorry, is 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and the men's are scheduled for about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The women will play till about 2:30, and then, you know, unless they go into overtime or double overtime or whatever it takes to win. I'm not going to tell you who they play for a simple reason I can't remember. All right. But at any rate, so you see people around the campus now, women and men. You can tell basketball players they're all tall. The women are as tall as I am, and the guys are straight. They're like Julius over here. They're real tall. Okay. Now we had a contest, and I said I wanted to get this Laker logo out. I wanted to be sure that we could have it. Celebrate the successes of Lakers gone by. So we started looking for former Lakers. And we had a trophy. You know, Roosevelt was second in Chicago in the All-City Tournament in 1959. Anybody here from the class of 59? Anybody want to admit they're here from the class of 59? Anybody born in don't go there. All right, so in 1959, we were second in the city in the All-City Tournament, college tournament. Okay, and there's a trophy and it has names on it. We went looking to see if we could find any one of them. We found one. We found this guy. A guy named Manny Agassi. Mike Agassi. You may or may not know Mike, 1959 Roosevelt degree, but his son is Andre Agassi, who's a player. Probably have heard of him if you know. Oh, so I took the trophy out to Las Vegas to see Mike. We had this picture taken, Mike and me and the trophy. All right, and Mike came back for the 50th reunion 3 weeks later. So it was really, really terrific to see him again. Lots of great people. If you played, even if you thought you played, you should join the Athletic Booster Club and help the current ones. But it got better. I said, okay, we can beat this. We can beat this picture. Let's have a picture of the most creative place to put this logo on a shirt. And I had a contest. Students put it all over the place, took pictures, sent them in. We had a winner. I'm not going to show you the winners tonight. I'm going to show you the best picture for taken in behalf of somebody who was ineligible to compete. Me. And so here's where I placed the shirt. You know who that is? That's Yogi Berra. Yogi and Carmen Berra agreed to wear that shirt, and so they did. That's the best placement. When you go down to Yogi Berra Museum in New Jersey, you'll see the Roosevelt shirt there. You know, good placement is always about marketing. All right. So we also have, of course, a new website. This young man is a graduate of the class of 10, and he was also a classical performer who played on our club baseball team before we had intercollegiate athletics, showing you that people can do a lot of different things if they're Roosevelt people. They don't just have one dimension. They have many dimensions. Finally, of course, the new building. It's the new building that's the symbol of all of this. Inside this new building, we will be able to do amazing things that we simply can't do by renovating and remodeling the old auditorium building. You can get a lot of new things in the old building. Wonderful things happen there and have always happened there, but you can't do some things because it just isn't malleable enough to do them. So this is an artist representation of the new building. It's right there to the left of the red building, the CNA building. You all know this. We have to explain this when we go on the road to other places because they're not always quite sure where we are. And you can see the Willis, aka formerly the Sears Tower, right there. And our building is this glass structure. It's going to be part of the glass structures of the new Chicago skyline. And it is going to be the second tallest academic building in the United States. All right? And because you can't build in front of it, it's going to be a part of the new 21st century skyline, saying Roosevelt University is a key component to the success of Chicago, and Roosevelt people are contributing to that success constantly and indefinitely into the future. Right? Pretty cool. You come into Wabash, where the entrance will be, that's what it will look like. This is all photo op because right now the only thing there is a level place with the first rebar coming out of the ground. For those of you who would like to come over and watch it come up, rebar, it's been 6 months or 8 months since they started working on it. Every day we all go out, look in the hole, and then all of a sudden there's rebar, all right? Don't ask me how that works, I don't know. And then again from the University Center of Chicago, which is across from the Harold Washington Library. Everybody knows how important Harold was to this city and how was a Roosevelt alumnus he was. And there it is, next to the auditorium building, and you can see it's really, really extraordinarily beautiful as a building. If you look at it, this is the design. Here's how it will work. It'll do 3 things. It'll be student space for student activities. There'll be a workout space, there'll be cafeterias, there'll be admissions records, financial aid, all that in the same place, so you don't have to go up and down the elevators and find, from place to place to do your business with us. That's sort of the green and pink piece on the bottom. The sort of yellowish orange in the middle are classrooms. Business college is going to be there. The science departments are going to be there with all state-of-the-art science labs, all the new modern stuff, so that our science students are educated right at the top, just the way they are at a lot of other universities these days. And then the purple-ish thing at the top is where the student residences will be, 600 beds in that tower. And every student, absolutely every student, will have a window on the world and have a view to die for, okay? Every student will have a private bedroom that will look out, and they'll share common space in either 4-bedroom suites. Oh, I'll show them to you in just a minute. There's the lobby. There's part of the food court cafeteria. There's new kinds of lecture halls. I bet this building will be completely wireless. It will be completely a LEED building, so it'll be environmentally friendly. We should get an award for that if they're paying attention to us. And if you live in a 4-plex, you'll have 4 bedrooms with glass walls and then a common living space. Pay a little more money, you can get a little bit bigger space and have just 2 of you, no singles. Everybody will have a view of the lake, the south side, wherever they want to look north, and then of course the Willis Tower, all right? Don't you people have a sense of humor? Do you want to go looking north? I'm a Southsider, you gotta, go Sox, hey, All righty, so that's us, that's you, it's your university. We're doing this because we think that it's time for all this excitement to get out of the loop and to go where the alumni are. And so we're bringing it to you, organizing it so that you can continue to do things and come back and make the university even better in the future. I'll be back to take some questions in just a minute, but right now Patrick is going to finish talking a little bit about how we're going to pay for all of this, okay?
One of the things that the president asked me to do when I came out here was to work on alumni relations, which is what we're here tonight to do. Also about annual giving, but also to talk about how to pay for a lot of these things, and also move the university into the future with a comprehensive campaign. So our campaign is called Living the Legacy, the Comprehensive campaign for Roosevelt University. Let me tell you just a little bit about that. We are going to try to raise $100 million over the next several years, and we are going to raise it approximately in these amounts. We're looking for $30 million for facilities in the Chicago area. We're looking for $10 million for Schaumburg. That will be a number of things, including a new College of Pharmacy, which will be admitting new students next summer. So that will be there. They need a fair amount of cash to get going, but we will have students there next summer. We're looking for $30 million of endowment. That's either for financial aid for students, which is something that a lot of people like to contribute to, but also for endowed chairs for professors, and so lots of different reasons for endowment. You all know that endowment is what grows over time. It often comes as a result of people leaving things in their estates to come to the university. That's the main area of growth for endowments. And then also we'll have annual giving for all kinds of things. Not only those folks who call you on the phone and ask you for money, but also the letters that come from me asking you if you would support us. But many people also support every year without being asked. They support different programs or different professors. The kinds of giving that people are doing for this campaign are as follows. Most of us think about giving in terms of our cash flow. And that's the first line, cash, dividends, things like that, things that you have that you can do. A lot of people do it even on campus with a monthly deduction that they do from their pay. Appreciated assets, which is kind of interesting because there haven't been a whole lot of those in the country for the last 3 years. But some people have some these days. There are a lot of people with stocks and bonds that are willing to take an appreciated asset, give it to the university, and we'll sell it. And that's a good thing for them because they're doing good, but also it's helpful in a tax sense. Some people are giving us real estate. Sometimes people have owned a piece of property for a long time. Maybe they're renting it out. I've had people say, you know, I'm really tired of doing this. I'd just be happy to give it to you, at which time we would sell it. And then that amount of money would go towards the campaign. And then there's planned giving, which I mentioned just before, where people leave money in their will for the university. Of course, take care of your family, take care of things that matter to you, but also a lot of people leave things to Roosevelt as well. So bequests, charitable trusts, IRAs, all those kinds of things can be done. We have people, if you're ever interested in that, we have people who can help you look at different options for giving in any one of those. And you can start with me if you like, or you can talk to some people that I would suggest to you. I'd like to tell you how we're doing so far. As you see, we have raised a little over $8 million, 8.7 in fiscal year 2008, 5.7 in fiscal 2009. I'm very happy to report that we just finished on August 31st, $15,975,000 from this last year for a grand total of $30,475,000. Recessions, downturn since the 1930s. So we're very, very pleased with that. So with that, I am finished with this part of it. We're happy to take some questions at this point if you want. From you can ask questions of the president, of me, whoever you wish.
Thank you very much. We're going to have a Vanna White moment here. She's got the microphone. Raise your hand. There's a lady back over in this corner. When you speak into the microphone like this.
Roosevelt University, from its founding until she died.
Not until she died.
Not until she died.
For 9 years.
She was there for 9 years.
Congratulations. We call you legacy families.
That was Marion Depre. I don't know if any of you had her as a teacher or not.
How many of you have other members of your family who have a Roosevelt degree? Can you raise your hand? This is terrific. That's right. This is called legacy families. If you're a member of the legacy, we love legacy families. Those of you who haven't yet done that, we could use your help in getting your nieces, your children, your grandchildren, the neighbor that you adopt, so you can say that. Raise your hand next time I talk to you, okay? Other questions? Right back here.
My name is Standberry, and I'm a producer with the CAN-TV. Now, we're want to incorporate the CAN-TV Independent Producers Network, and so the director, he advised me to try to have we want to get affiliated with the Southside Alumni Chapter. So, in other words, when people need producers or videographers, they'll have immediate access